I went to the corner, my friends, they weren't there. They said, hey man, you want your share? I turned around and walked away. I didn't want to live nowhere. Street corners with the finest of youth, each one wanting to live the truth.
Hey everybody, it's Doug McCarron. I'm here to talk about rocks. Actually, foam rocks. I mentioned that I painted up a bunch of foam and people wanted pictures, so I'm going to give you a video. I do want to mention, you may not notice it, but I do. The lighting's a little off because workers are here and replaced my windows yesterday and I had to tear down my normal setup, so I'm not quite up to excellence, but I think it'll work out. Anyway, these rocks. You can see some on the other shot. There's a bunch of them that I've made all different colors. You can see them laying on the ground. Some of it is like burnt wood. The whole idea is to just like have it dropping in the background and everything. And then, because the actors are what people are going to be looking at. Or if you're going to have like soldiers or somebody to fight and they're getting into throwing rocks at each other, you're going to club somebody or something like that. A couple of them are kind of heavy. That big gray one there, I whacked myself against the head and I definitely noticed it. It wasn't like getting punched, but it wasn't soft like the rest of them. Believe it or not, I have probably about 4 times that much. Some of it has red paint on it, so it looks like blood. Some of it looks really scorched. You can see this kind of blonde looking one that's actually spray painted on over the foam. I have about another 10 or 15 of those. And they're all just cut out of foam. Now, when I say foam, this is what I'm talking about. Comes out of sofas, chairs. I have a neighbor who remodels rich people's furniture. And he had a bunch of these scraps and he gave it to me, so I'm using it. As I said in my posting, I'm not rich, so I use what I got hands on to. But basically, I've cut, you can see, those rocks down there, so I'd cut something this size into smaller pieces and then shape it. And the only thing I had to shape it with was scissors. I tried an electric knife and you discover very quickly that foam bounces around with the knife, so it's kind of pointless to do that. So this is, the best product I got. I think it looks pretty good. I got bricks, I got burnt wood, I got rocks. I was trying to find some green paint to make kind of like grass sticking up, but all the green that I bumped into wasn't the right color. It looked much brighter, so I didn't do that. So that's basically it. The process, believe it or not, I got a big cardboard box, that something got shipped to me in, and I stuck up 3 sides. So it was, I don't know, maybe 2.5, 3 feet sticking up all the way around, taped everything up, laid a bunch of, you get all these mailers in the press, in the mailbox about people having sales, put a bunch of that on the ground, taped it up alongside, basically made a paint box and painted in there in my kitchen because, you can wash the paint up off the linoleum should it happen to get through the box. The downside is I had paint smell in my house for about a week, so I don't know, maybe I'll die of cancer or something down the road from it, but it worked. I'm quite pleased with it. So just look around for somebody like this. You don't need terribly fancy paint. And if you can think of something better than scissors to cut with, go for it. But, you can cut it in such a way that it looks like a big stick and then whack somebody with it. There are other materials you can use too. Anyway, that's my rock collection. Again, I've got like probably 4 or 5 times that sitting and piled up in my closet. And Don't entirely know when I'll use it, but I have movies. I have like 5 movies I want to shoot, and a couple of them needed rocks, so I made them. Okay, I hope you found this useful. If you live somewhere, I did look online. You can buy foam rocks, but they're like $20 minimum is what I saw. I spent nothing on the foam because I had this friend, and then maybe about 30, $35 on paint because you can see there's different shadings in it. So I still have about half the paint left for the future, so I can paint more things and huff paint in my kitchen. Oh, one other thing, make sure you have the windows and doors open to your kitchen so it can ventilate. And I had a big scarf over my or a mask over my face, but it's basically a large neckerchief just to like kind of keep that down. And I had some glasses just so it wouldn't get in my eyes. And I stuck everything down in the paint box, and I shot away from me into the paint box very short spurts so you wouldn't have a bunch of paint floating around in the air. It was just like takes a little while. And then I don't have the luxury of a backyard, but I hung them in plastic bags and stuck them on the door handle outside my front door for a whole day. And my landlord came by and asked me why I had a bag full of foam on my door. And I said I was just making them for a friend. I don't know why I lied. I could have said what I was doing. I guess I just like to lie. It's part of being a movie maker, you know? We're all inventing stories. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed that and that you find it useful. And if you want to make rocks or something else, that's how you do it. Oh, one other thing, you can do things like run very thin wire up. Like if you had a very narrow one of these, and you could sit there and whack somebody with, but it tends to kind of flex. But that is possible. With these, you can actually haul off and hit somebody, and then you have to do camera work, so it kind of misses the flex and everything. And I would suspect that when you drop it, they're going to bound around a lot more than a rock would. So that's why I thought of them as just kind of sitting there flat on the ground or something you would grab and hit somebody with. Or you drop them from, above the shot so that you can see them falling in the background. Okay, I like to ramble. I got an egg to scramble. Anyway, make comments, suggestions as you see this, and if you have any other ideas for me or other people who are watching the channel, the page, put them in there. We can all teach each other how to do things and help each other get ahead. Now, when I have the money that Sony Corporation has, I'll have much better equipment. But right now, I don't. Okay, thank you. Until next time, Douglas Scott McCarron.